Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is TDT coming back at you with another video. So today I'm hitting y'all with that Wednesday midweek check-in. Let's talk about what we projected for the week, what we're actively seeing, and what are the possibilities for the end of the week. So we're gonna jump straight here into the dollar. USD. This is a 6-month FVG that you see up here in blue, but down here is where we're looking at right now. And we talked on the weekend on Sunday about this fair value gap on the weekly. You could see the respect on that body. Right now it went in a bit deeper and rejected. Now it's kind of pulling back. Let's take a look at the daily here. You can see it's a lot of consolidation. Monday up. I'm sorry, Monday went down, came back on Tuesday, cleared out those two highs. Did it clear that high? It didn't clear Monday's high. Okay, and we're here right now. So at this point, I have to get more information to be absolutely confident on where DXY is headed next. As you can see right now, we're kind of fluctuating between that weekly FVG and this daily FVG right here, this inverted fair value gap. So until we break through this in any kind of capacity, I'm still thinking we may go and make another run higher, possibly clearing out this high right here. And we'll see what it does, because it can do a thing where it goes in, kind of wicks in just to clear this high, and we can still have more bearish price action going into next week. So right now, consolidation for the most part for the beginning of the week has given us no clear direction. All it's doing is moving back and forth right between these two gaps. Okay, so not too much to report on DXY. Let's talk about this L bomb. So on our last video on Sunday, I made this projection. I was saying I think we're gonna go all-time highs, come back into this gap, and then continue our motion. That was all predicated on if we were able to get above this fair value gap on the daily, which we still have not been able to do. And you can see it constantly, it goes up, clears that high, falls, then it comes back, clears that high again. So it's not giving sellers a chance to really catch anything. It's not giving buyers. It's a tough market. It's January right now. It's not giving clear direction. This is a lot of consolidation. But like I said on Sunday, we were really watching to see if this fair value gap can be filled. In my mind, in my thoughts, and what I thought would happen, we had CPI this week, and we also had PPI today. I thought one of those news releases would have gave us some strength to actually push through this fair value gap on the daily. Now I'm aware, for those that are familiar with SMT, I see the SMT on the daily across the indexes, but let's be honest. If you were counting on that SMT to give you a sell here in Nasdaq, you would probably get wiped. You would get wiped here trying to sell it, because SMT was here since December. Since December, Dow Jones has been posting new highs, as well as the ES. And let's take a closer look. Let's pull up ES so we can see what I'm talking about. We only had a pullback here on S&P 500. So let's see. You see here, this hit a new high. What day was this? December 24th, right? So December 24th, new high. And when is December 24th? December 24th is here, right? So if you looked at that as SMT divergence, right, and you took a sell, you may have gotten into some profit, and then what would have happened? You would have get wiped away. And it still has SMT, even when it returned back here and made another high in that first week in January. Let's look here. I think first week in January right here posted another high. That was also SMT. So you can get short-term sells from this SMT divergence, but if you're not experiencing what you're expecting on the long term, like let's say you want to hold the trade and you're thinking it's gonna have a SMT and then fall and take some kind of liquidity. It hasn't done that on any of these except for, yeah, none of the SMT divergences have taken any buy side, any sell side liquidity, if you get what I'm saying. So it never falls below and clears out the bottom, even though it has this clear SMT. And I'm talking about a full swing, not just a couple of days of price. So will it target those? I'm still not sold on it because it's been holding strength and it seems like it wants to keep moving up. Right now you can see we're sitting in this gap right here. You see how price closed up. Now here price is opened and we've opened below consequent encroachment of that gap. So at this point, I can't tell you I'm extremely confident in this projection going to all-time highs, but I will say if you look on a very small time frame, like let's look at Nasdaq here. Yeah, there's tons of liquidity sitting above the market right now, and I'm not fully sold on it being bearish and falling, but we will see what happens during this week. Okay, it's just January price action. It's not as clean as you want it to be. It's a very tough read, and I don't have too much to say. It's just a really tough read here. It's down at this FVG, and we want to see what happens next from this point. Tomorrow, I want to see where price opens in the New York session, and that'll give me a better idea of if this wants to push up once again the way it's been doing. Right now, it doesn't have a clear gap. For instance, last week when I did this, I was unsure as well when it came down here because it broke below that gap. All it did was wicked down and kept moving. So it's not the cleanest price action. Right now, it's below consequent encroachment. I don't like that. I'd prefer to see it stay above consequent encroachment on this little small inefficiency in price. But we'll have to see where we open at in New York. And that's when I'll be getting active again. So at this point, I'm being honest with you guys. I don't have a clear direction on where I think it's going right at this moment. And we have to wait for more information. It's just really tough January price that we have to contend with. And I hope you guys are protecting your capital, not getting too crazy. And the small fluctuations intraday, they're really easy to catch, especially for someone like me. I can catch a small move that's nothing, but these long-term moves, they can be a little more frustrating. So I'm sorry I don't really have any good information. Maybe I shouldn't even have made this video, but even on indecisive days, I want to come out and just be honest and tell you, like, right now I'm really indecisive on where I think price is going next. That doesn't stop me from trading intraday, but it does prevent me from trying to get a long-term move and holding a position at this moment. So that's all I'm gonna have today. Gonna be honest, it's like when you start a new year and you have all of this energy, you're feeling good, you're ready to go, you have big plans, and then you start going into the year and life just starts hitting you, and you try to sustain that motivation. We're only 2 weeks into January, and I'll be honest with you guys, like, I do YouTube videos. I don't really want to be popular doing YouTube videos. I don't like the state of the internet right now, and it's so much extra things going on that I just really I don't care to really be a part of it, but I do want to document my journey and just kind of be able to see my growth live doing these analysis, listening to my mindset, listening to my verbiage, seeing where I'm at, and I could look back in the future and just kind of give myself a self-analysis. What I would say to any of you guys that might be having a tough January right now, stay off of social media. Don't get caught up in all the noise out there. There's so much people that are just faking it, man. Like, people will make you feel like you're in a tough position or make you feel less than. A lot of these people are not telling the truth. There are a few people that are really killing it and knocking it out of the park, but just don't compare yourself to anybody and always stay focused, always stick to your plan, and stay positive. This game can be quite challenging mentally, if you've been doing it for a while and you may not have a strong support system of people that believe in you and what you're doing. And I just want to be that little voice in your corner to tell you, keep going, keep developing. I promise you it's going to get better as long as you stick to as long as you stick to one strategy and work out the psychology behind what's happening. Because there's 1,000 ways to skin this cat. It's 1,000 ways to make money in this market. So you find your niche and you stick with it, and I promise you on the other side, you'll thank yourself. Okay? You'll thank yourself. I promise you. So that's gonna be me for today. I'm sorry I didn't have much to say. Where it's at right now, I don't have much of an opinion. Intraday, I could give more info, but I'm not doing that at this time. So I wish you all the best. I see I lost quite a few subscribers since I got back on YouTube. I know this game is rough, man. I had these 200 subscribers from back in 2023, and most of you probably aren't even trading anymore. The game is 95% of traders lose money, and I know very well about that cycle. So this is a little motivation. Just keep your head up, keep pushing, keep studying, and I promise you there's light on the other side of this tunnel. Okay, guys? So you guys have a great one. Thank you for tuning in. I wish you all the best, and peace. All right.